Good morning, scholars. It is Tuesday, May 26th. I hope you had a wonderful 3-day weekend, relaxing and playing, and I hope that you got outdoors, as I did, to enjoy the weather. It wasn't always raining, so you might have had to hit a pocket of sunshine, but I had a good day, a good 3 days. I hope you did too. Look at my spelling, and history is just dying to get into and onto the camera. I've got my castle watchtower and my peasant going by in the night just going, "Hey, you, move along, get out of this area, you're not welcome here." "But sire, I just came to see the king." "No, you must go." "Okay, if you say so." And so off he goes, and we're going to say, "Castle, you need to get off our spelling page too." So they are gone. This week we're going to take a look at irregular plurals again. Last week we looked at irregular plurals, and we're going to do that again this week. However, this time, instead of changing an F to a V and adding ES, we're going to have a totally different word for the singular word, which is one. So I'm going to put that right there. And the plural word, which is more than one. You can write that in your book. Or you can say two or more is plural. Either way is fine. So we're going to look at totally different words. Now, a lot of these words that we're going to read and study this week are holdover patterns from Old English, which is during our time frame in history. So that's kind of cool that we can make that connection. So we're going to focus on the sound and the meaning of all the pattern words. We're going to make sure that we know, is it one or is it more than one? What does that word mean? So first, let's just go ahead and read our pattern words fast. Are you ready? You can stand up if you want to. That's what we do at school. And let's begin. Foot, feet, tooth, teeth, mouse, mice, man, men, goose, geese, woman, woman, children, child, children, deer, sheep. Boy, that got me all tongue-tied. Man, men, goose, geese, woman, child, children, deer, sheep. I didn't do that very well. I hope you did better than I did. But I'm going to check it off anyway. Then we're going to write the two plural words that are the name for the singular and the plural. And I'm like, what does that mean? Well, we need two words that are the same. There's your key word, so make sure you circle that and understand what it means for the singular, so for meaning one, and for the plural also means two. Well, if I start at the top and I just look, 1 foot, 2 feet. So that's not the same. 1 tooth, 2 or 3 teeth. So that's not the same word. 1 mouse or 4 mice. So that's not the same. 1 man or 2 men or 20 men. Doesn't matter. 1 goose, 2 geese, or 47,000 geese. That would be crazy. 1 woman, 2 or more women. So that's not the same word. 1 child or many children. Many children. 1 deer or 4 deer. Ah, that's the same word. We don't have a different word for 1 deer or 4 deer. So this word deer is the same for singular or plural. So I'm going to write deer right there. Let's see it, say it, hear it, and write it. You ready? Begin. D-E-E-R. Make sure you're practicing your handwriting too when you do this. Start at the top, focus on the line. You can do this. I bet the last one is the same one, sheep. 1 sheep or a whole herd of sheep. It's not sheeps, it's just sheep. So sheep is another one that's the same word for singular or plural. So you're going to write sheep there. You can do that without me. All right, let's take a look at our next grid here. Write the singular or plural word of the form of the pattern words in this grid. The two forms that are the same appear first. So they did deer singular, deer plural, sheep singular, sheep plural. We're just going to start at the top of our list, and we're going to say foot. Is foot one or is foot more than one? I hurt my foot. That's singular. F-O-O-T. I heard it, I said it, I saw it, and I wrote it. I'm going to do the same for the next one. What is plural or means more than one for foot? And that word is feet. So I'm going to put it right there, feet. Let's see it, say it, hear it, and write it. You ready? F-E-E-T. I hope you do that when I'm not around. Feeding your brain 4 ways is really important. Motor memory goes up through our arm when we write, our auditory memory when we hear it. So it's really important to do that. And you're going to go ahead and finish filling this in. I'll do one more singular word with you, and I'm just going to go to the third word, tooth. I lost a tooth, one tooth. Some of you have done that this past couple weeks and let me know. That's pretty cool. Tooth. So I'm going to write that right there. T-O-O, and look what's at the end. Tooth. That digraph, T-H. The only time we get to stick our tongue out and be polite. And the plural for tooth would be teeth. I have a feeling that they're kind of in order, so you can go mouse, mice, man, men, and fill that grid out. I don't think you'll have a problem with that. Let's take a look at the bottom of our page where we introduce our heart. I'm trying to get better on this heart words. Working on it. Our 3 heart words are been, because, and beautiful. Now this word right here, been, we say it been, B-I-N, and I'm going to write that right here, B-I-N. I'm going to put in a parentheses because in our American dialect we say it been, even though it's spelled bean. Now the British dialect usually says the long E sound, so they might say where have you been, and we would just say where have you been, our American dialect. So it sounds this way but is spelled this way. Then we have because. We all know about because. B is easy to remember. The last word is really cause. But again, our American dialect, we've gotten lazy and we say because. So some of us think it's spelled this way because that's the way it sounds. That is not how it's spelled, so I'm going to erase that. And we want to try and make sure we're thinking of it as a cause. Because when we write, he went to the store because he had to buy shoes, the reason he went to the store, the cause of him going to the store, was he needed to buy new shoes. Or he crashed his bicycle because a bird swooped down at his head. So the effect of the bird swooping down at his head caused him to crash his bike. He didn't get hurt, but it's a cause. So if you can think that and break that, why did something happen, the cause, it might help you spell that better. Or some of us just use the mnemonic, babies eat carrots and usually something else, or soggy eggs. Think about it as being a cause of something happening, and then if you have to use the mnemonic, use the mnemonic. Beautiful is not an Old English word, that's from the French, from beautiful, beauty, beau, beauty. And we have a suffix, beautiful, so we've changed the Y to an I in this base word of beauty to an I, just like we changed an F to a V before adding ES. If you have a Y, you change the Y to an I before adding a suffix. And here's a perfect example. Beauty got changed to Y, and then we added full. So if you want to put beauty underneath that so you know the base word, that's perfectly okay. And we're going to fill in our heart word sentences. I'll do one with you because you're all really good at this. And then we'll move on to our next page because we do have 2 pages to complete today. All right, all heart words begin with the letters. Well, begin, there's our key word. I'm going to look at the beginning. Well, they all begin with a B, and they all have a second letter of an E. So B-E. Something to remember this week. So when you're thinking about those heart words, they all begin with a B and an E. I got that part done. What's your heart word? B-E something. And then you learn how to spell the rest. And you go on and talk. They talk about syllables, so make sure that you remember each syllable has to have a vowel. They can have more than 1, 2, 3, but each syllable has to have at least 1 vowel. So be thinking about that because they have some syllable work. Clap them out. 1 syllable, 2 syllable, 3 syllables. So think about your syllable break. And then this page continues on the next page up here at the top. You have more of your heart word work up here, so you're going to be thinking about the heart words. And look, they've relisted them. That was very nice of them to think of as you continue to finish your heart word. We've got 3 syllables, so you've got syllable work going on, and a heart word that looks. I'll do this question with you, put my eyeballs there. And sounds. Looks like seen and sounds like win. I know what that is. But you can fill it in. I hope you know too. Then we're going to take a look at this grid. Now we do have a lot of spelling this week, but we only have 3 days to accomplish it since we had yesterday off. So we're going to think, we're going to focus, and we're going to get through this work. The spell of sound. Make my ear. All going to be, put an earring on this one. All going to be about, what do I hear? So what do I hear? So I'm going to take a look at that. Matching sound to spelling. Got it. Refer to this lesson's pattern words to fill in the grid. And the pattern words are just right here, so we don't have to flip the pages. Right there to fill in the grid. And let's just take a look and see what we have to do. Ends with the S sound. Remember, the viscules give you the, or the slashes are the sound. So we're looking for the S sound. So I'm just going to look. I know foot, feet, no, tooth, no, oh, mouse, mouse, mouse. That sounds like an S sound, so I'm going to put mouse here. See it, say it, hear it, write it. M-O-U-S-E. Reminds me of the song Mickey Mouse. M-O-U-S-E. Now spell it out. And then I'm going to continue to fill those in. Let's take a look at the second box. Has a digraph. Remember, we got our S-H, C-H, W-H, T-H, P-H. So we're going to look for those digraphs. 2 letters. 1 sound. W, ch, f, sh, and f. Remember we did that at the beginning of the year. So we're going to look for digraphs. So I'm going to go back to my word list. Foot, oh, feet, oh, tooth. There's a digraph right there. That TH. So I'm going to put tooth right here. And tooth, I'm pretty sure teeth has one too. So I'm going to start with tooth. I'm going to see it, say it, hear it, and write it. T-O-O-T-H. And I know teeth is going to be one. If I scan through looking for H's, because those are my H brother digraphs, I see that I have child, children, sheep. Ooh, I saw them all. I'm not going to write them though. You guys can think on that too. Then I'm going to take a look at the next one. Long E spelled double E. So I'm going to look for double E words and listen to see that it says E. But they're going to have 2 E's in them. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go, no E's in that word. Ah, 2 E's. Let me say the word. Feet. Eat. Yep, definitely hear the long E. So I'm going to write feet here. F-E-E-T. And I'm going to go and look for more double E words to fill in the rest of this. It sounds like a long E, but it's spelled with a double E. So I'm going to make sure that I can locate those. The last one on this column is the long U spelled double O. So the first thing I'm going to look for is double O words, and then I'm going to make sure it says long U. So the very first one is foot. Foot. And then I'm like, oh, I don't know, that sounds like a sound. Is that really the U sound that I'm hearing? I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to continue to look. I have tooth, has the double O. To-oo. Well, that's a oo sound. Is that the long U sound? I'm like, do I have any other words with the double O? And I continue to look, and I see I have goose. So I've got 3 double O words, but I only have 2 spaces. So I'm really going to have to think about that long U. So let me go back. Tooth. T-oo. Ooh. U. That sounds like a long U. So I'm going to go ahead and write tooth here. Tooth. T. I'm going to see it, say it, hear it. O-O. Digraph T-H. And then I'm going to look for, that had the sound, tooth, goose. Ooh, that sounds just like tooth. So I think goose is my second word. Let's take a look at our other grid really fast. Has 2 syllables. We already did some syllable work with our heart words, but let's look for 2 syllables. So each syllable has to have a vowel. Well, I see this has 2 vowels. Foot, nope. Feet, nope. Tooth, nope. Teeth. I bet they're separated. Mice, no. Man, goose, no. Geese, no. Woman, woman, yes. We got the O and then we got the A. So woman is going to go here. W-O-M-A-N. And I bet if woman goes there, I bet woman goes there. Woman, yes. Child, children. Woman, women, children. I'm not going to write them. You can do that. Nasal. Ends, that's important, ends with a nasal sound. So about the nose, what do we hear? We did that at the beginning. The the M, and the sound where our tongue flips back. So it's The 3 nasal sounds we learned. So this is ends with a nasal sound. So I look over here and I'm going t, t, f, f, s, s, oh, man. I just looked at the ending sound until I came to one. So man is going to be one of ours that ends with the nasal. Remember that they're M, N, and NG. You can write that down to help you remember. M, N, and NG. So I just wrote that down in my book, right there. And I'm going to write, the first one that I came to was man. Hey, it also begins with one. Man. So it's got a nasal sound on both ends, but we're looking for the ends, so we're good. Men is going to go there as well, so you can write that, and then you have to find the 3 others that end with the or sound. Next one rhymes with house. I'm not going to do that. You guys are really good with rhyming. Rhymes with put. Again, rhyming, so just make sure you're rhyming. Sounds the same at the end. Begins with the letters W-O, so begins. That's easy. All I gotta do is look for those. I'll put 2 eyeballs there. I can look and listen to the sound, has a long I sound. You know how that goes. So, finish both pages today. Do your best. Until I see you again, go out and do great works.